Super Happy Awesome Movie Time.
Hey everyone, Super Happy Awesome Movie Time here again with Jim and Drosh. Last night we went to go see The Hunger Games.
Now, I had only read the one book that this film is based on. You've read the 3 books.
I read all 3, I like them. I just want to say right off the bat, I like this movie. I want to put that right out there before, so that when I say everything else about it, I want you all to keep that in mind, that I do like this movie.
I liked it too. There's not an immersive world to bring yourself into the way Harry Potter is. This world is much more closer to our world. Hunger Games, if you don't know, happens in a post-apocalyptic world where the United States is divided up into 13 districts. One of the districts rebelled at some point in the past, 70-something years ago, and after the rebellion was crushed, now the other 12 districts, once a year, have to send forth a boy and a girl between the ages of 12 and 18 to participate in something called the Hunger Games, which is a...
They fight to the death. The country, this new America called Panem, which as I told you, I just realized was from the Latin, Panem et circioso, so I forget what the Latin word is, but it's essentially give them bread and circuses. It was sort of the motto or the philosophy of Nero and a lot of the later Roman emperors, that, you know, if you just keep them fed and keep them entertained, they'll never rebel. And that's really what this Hunger Games is all about. They're keeping control by keeping everyone happy and fed, and just a little bit afraid all the time.
So our main character, Katniss Everdeen, played by Jennifer Lawrence. Oh, she was
Mystique.
Mystique in X-Men First Class. She's chosen. Actually, we're not giving away much. Her sister's chosen. She volunteers to go in her sister's place, and she enters the Hunger Games.
I volunteer! I volunteer as tribute!
Another boy who she knows, well, teenager that she knows from her village or district.
The baker's son, Peeta.
Peeta, the baker's son.
Our tributes, Peeta Malark and Katniss Everdeen.
I hate the names in this movie and in the book. I just hate all the names. I think they're stupid. Please.
They are in this literal battle and also an emotional battle.
Because the whole thing, everything is done for the purpose of the show.
They just want a good show. That's all they want.
There's 24 of us, Gail. Only one comes out.
And the show is the battle. When they're actually getting their training, they're not only getting training how to fight, they're getting training how to be good TV personalities.
Spin,
which becomes a factor in it, because if people like you, then they can help you. They can send in supplies for you.
Yes.
A lot of big names in this. Stanley Tucci.
Yes.
When I first saw Stanley Tucci, I was like, oh, that's Mark Strong from John Carter. Oh, no, but the two of them look very much alike. Woody Harrelson. Playing the mentor Hamish, which I thought he was just a great character.
Yes.
His was a lot of fun.
Lenny Kravitz.
As Cinna, the fashion designer.
Doing a great job. I didn't think Lenny Kravitz had it in him.
Yeah. Well, Donald Sutherland. As President Snow, the evil president. Yeah. Donald Sutherland I love because now he's at that age where he's either the benevolent grandfather or he's the psychotic dictator.
The evil overlord, Donald Sutherland. And
now he's in this one. He's an evil overlord, and I like it. And Wes Bentley as the game master with a very, very bizarre beard.
Yes.
Kind of like John Carter. This had sort of a retro future too, because for me, I was looking at the Capitol and everyone, and it seemed like it was the future as imagined by the 70s.
Oh.
I got a very Stanley Kubrick feel from it, like 2001 sort of feel from it. That everything was just way too garishly colored, and it just seemed like people's appearance and their fashion was just who can outrageous the other person.
We're in Flash Gordon again.
We are. So yeah, the story I thought held enough up to the book to be interesting.
The changes that I saw were like, that change doesn't matter.
Yeah.
In the screenplay, I mean, the author of the book, Suzanne Collins, also worked on the screenplay.
You can't with when you're a geek like we are. I know you haven't seen it, but it's almost impossible to talk about Hunger Games without mentioning Battle Royale, which is a very famous / infamous Japanese movie, which is also about a dystopian future where school children are sent into an isolated area, given weapons, and told to fight to the death. Some people are actually saying that Suzanne Collins ripped off Battle Royale. I'm not sure I agree with that. I mean, the idea of forced gladiator contests is hardly a new story.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would say it's similar, but I really don't think that she was intentionally ripping off a story at all. I wanted more action. It seems just there was a lot of downtime.
A lot of talking about our feelings.
Yes.
Well, not quite. But when you think about the actual action that you see in the book and in the movie, I think it kind of matches up.
Okay.
Now, I would have liked to have seen some things in the movie, but because the book comes from the point of view of Katniss, we don't get to see, like, the boy from District 11's death.
Right.
But we don't see it in the book either. I would like to have seen how some of this other stuff fell down.
Yes.
That would have added something.
Right. And the thing is, because this is all set up in an arena,
Yes.
An artificially created arena with cameras and microphones everywhere, logically they could have shown that. I mean, because they used the device, occasionally they would cut back to Stanley Tucci because, to just sort of fill the audience in. Really, they could have used, even just sort of a montage, they could have shown a bunch of the other contestants doing the other things. They did it in the very beginning when it started. When they said go and they jumped off, and it was a really nice showing everything that's going on at once.
A little too jittery camera for me.
Oh my god, the handheld camera drove me nuts.
I didn't want them to use that, and yeah.
I really like this movie though. I just as we talked about some of the logic points, this is a futuristic society. They're able to create 3D images that can interact with all 5 senses. They've created this whole big arena where they can cause fires to happen. Again, and it's not like just illusion. It's real fire that can hurt you.
Fireballs.
Fireballs. And yet, Katniss's District 12 are coal miners. What do they need coal for? What exactly are they digging coal for? Well, let's talk about Katniss in general. I found her a hard character to like.
Yeah, well, that's part of the point.
I just found her to be so argumentative and so just everyone stay away from me that it just... I felt like she was pushing everyone away in the movie, but at the same time she was pushing the audience away too.
I had that problem with PETA.
Oh, okay.
But then again, I didn't like PETA at first in the book either.
Yes. But yeah, as we'll see in the later movies and the later books, the whole Katniss PETA thing becomes a lot more complicated. And
if you know the books, there's a particular scene that you know, and I heard lots of open sobbing during that scene. I don't want to give things away if you haven't seen the film, and I don't know if it would be that moving for someone who hadn't.
Exactly.
Yeah. So if you're a fan of the book, don't worry. The source material was treated well. If you're not a fan of the book, you're in for a good time. You're in for a good ride.
Yeah. So that's the Hunger Games. Overall, Drosh likes it. I like it. And that's it for Super Happy Awesome Movie Time. Jim?
Drosh, see you.
We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.